Hello everyone, Kate from Approveit here with you, and today I want to show you one of the new use cases we've added to our workflow scope, vendor onboarding. So let's create a new vendor onboarding workflow and see how it works. We start with hitting the button from the dashboard and selecting a vendor onboarding template. So pay attention, the vendor approval and vendor onboarding are different templates, so don't mix them up. I hit vendor onboarding, and here's my workflow. I edit the form fields, and here you can see that all of them can be renamed. You can adjust their order as you see fit and mark them as required or optional. There are some fields that you can add, but the form is pretty elaborate and involves all the data you may need to collaborate with a certain vendor. So I like my form as it is, and I'll just hit save. And we add approvers as usual. I will add myself here. My communication channel is Slack, and I hit save. Now let's pay attention to some details in the settings of this workflow on the right. So you will see that in the top right corner, there is a warning that this workflow will only be active for the selected organization. So it has to do with vendor lists being attached to a specific organization. So if you work with more than one organization in Approveit, make sure that you're creating this vendor onboarding workflow with the correct organization selected. And in the bottom right corner, you see the public form for vendor onboarding. So this is a very curious setting. It is made specifically to help you minimize manual data entry whenever you're working with lots of vendors. If you copy that link and send it to your vendor, they will have access to the form that we have just created and be able to fill in their own details as they see fit. And you will get those details for approval. And upon approval, this vendor will be onboarded into your system and be safe to collaborate with and create POs and bills for. So let's copy the link and see how this workflow works. So I have my link to the public form copied to my clipboard. So let's paste it. And that's how the form looks. All the details that I can possibly fill in are right here. It's pretty elaborate, this form, so let's fill in only the necessary fields. I've filled in the details. I am now representing the John from APS Logistics, and I hit submit. Here's all my currency, account number, bank name, SWIFT code, etc. I can add as many details as I want, but the required ones are only the ones marked with a red star. So I hit submit. And it's done. It was successfully submitted, and let's see how it looks in our Approveit workspace. Now in my approval request section, I can see that there's a pending request from John from APS.com. I open my request, and I can review all the details that John has submitted via my public vendor onboarding form. And I can approve or reject this request. Let's approve it. Welcome on board, John. And approve. That's all. I have approved my request, and now let's see if our vendor appeared in the Vendors tab. Here's my Vendors tab, and I can see the APS Logistics in my vendors list. I can open it, and all the details that John has submitted are for me to explore and edit. I can also add contracts with this vendor if that's what I want to do. I can now assign POs and create bills for this specific vendor. And now whenever I have a logistics order, I know that I can just use APS Logistics as a reliable partner. Thanks for watching. This is all for today. And as usual, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us in the in-app support chat or via email support@approveit.today. Thank you.